Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. It's Friday already, dear me, it's absolutely flying. What more could we ask? Grassroots football is back. The weather, terrible weather, Paul, dear me. But anyway, we've got the road, Paul Rudkin, co-presenter on the show. Tonight's show and topic is going to be all about inclusion. Now then, to our viewers, to our listeners, inclusion, what's this, Mal? There's an inclusion in every sport you can. Well, Paul is going to explain the word inclusion. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much, Mal. Thanks for the introduction there. As we say, inclusion is the name of the game tonight's show. Nothing else, just inclusion. So, as we were saying, inclusion. Well, as you can see, I have the laptop in front of me with information on about what we want to talk about tonight. Now, first off, inclusion is all about including different forms. It's basically young children.
Can I just say that the word people are all used to, disability.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yes, I understand where you're coming from now, yeah. We don't like to use that word disability because it's not a nice word. No, the inclusion, we like to use the word inclusion because you want to include people, as in like, if they have got a disability, you want to include them, whether it's football or any sport, basically. But I understand this show and this particular topic tonight is all about grassroots, football side of the inclusion. We will then move on to including other grassroots sports on the inclusion side. So, there's all organisations outside that do different.
Can I just explain another thing as well, Paul? Because you brought a team along. Obviously, this is going to be the Don't Cross the Line DXTL inclusion team. Now, Don't Cross the Line does all the football for grassroots football. When we say does all the football, what we do is monitor touch lines, make sure that good behaviour, regardless of where it is. And as you say, the word inclusion, yes. Let's get the word inclusion out there. Let's let people know what it's about. It's an awareness as well, which is a good thing for us, for our viewers, for our listeners.
Exactly.
We want to get this word out. So I just wanted to explain who you were and what you're going to be doing, and then you'll go through it and introduce the inclusion team as we go along. So sorry to stop you in your tracks. Carry on, Paul.
Right, okay, thanks, Mark. Yeah. As I say, the inclusion team, which I have formed, these guys, one of the guys, we've been doing this for over 3 years. I've actually worked with this guy for over 3 years, but between the three of us in the team, we've got over 15 to 20 years experience of actually with inclusion sport.
So if you want to introduce the team,
the inclusion team that I've brought on board is Matthew Richards. Now, Matthew is a wheelchair user and he has CP, so that's a good inclusion to bring somebody with a disability actually involved with the team. The other member of the team is Sophie Coyne. Now Sophie, I think she's 21, 22, something like that. Anyway, what she does...
You're supposed to give a lady's age out, Paul, come on.
Sorry, well, you know, but anyway, yeah, basically what those two members of the team are doing is Sophie, to be honest, Sophie's a player. She currently involved with...
We've had Sophie.
Yeah, we've had Sophie in on the show, and
and she's battered us on views as well. I must admit, well done, Sophie. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
But as I say, Sophie's a player for one of the teams, and she's also involved with Special Olympics, which are the team she's part of are based up in Southport and Ainsdale. So yeah, that's good to have those involved. Matt's been an ex-sport person, so he's on the coaching side of it now, what he does. But and myself, I do everything basically, bit of coaching, bit of fitness,
dog's body.
Dog's body.
That's why he's called the road.
But anyway, going back to why we've decided to have this brainwave and to involve yourself with the campaign, get involved with the campaign. As you know, I've come back on board to the campaign, but partly the reason why I come back on is because I wanted to bring this inclusion side to the campaign, because it's something we haven't got, or you didn't have on the campaign.
And at the end of the day, Don't Cross the Line is all about inclusion. We want to support everyone out there, regardless what sport it is. We want to get our message across. you know, to parents, to irate parents,
Yeah.
aggressive parents, no matter what, because I'm sure in the inclusion side of things, when they're playing football,
Well, not just football, but any sport on the inclusion side, depending on what type of form of disability the competition is, there's different levels of competition on disability sport. So you're going to get some players that could be irate towards maybe the judge or the referee. So that's where the respect part of the campaign comes into the inclusion side. So obviously it's all a learning curve at the moment, but it's slowly
well, there's some great work gone in up to now behind the scenes, Paul. You're saying it's all a learning curve. At the end of the day, that you're all acting as volunteers for me as well. You're all getting involved, and it's amazed me because Don't Cross Lines always appealed for volunteers for the help because we do the touch lines of work. And my God, the way you are, Matt, Sophie, yourself, you're involved in everything. You're phoning me 24 hours a day.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. You're getting in touch, let me know what you can do. You're pushing me. You're giving me, I suppose, motivation as well. Because it is, I'm dead keen to get involved with the inclusion side and want to introduce that to each and every one of you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who also go to grassroots football, would be over the moon as to what we're doing. And
well, yeah, because what you've got to look at is a lot of parents now with the young children are looking for teams for their child to be involved in. And I hate to say, but a lot of teams, sports teams, if they're not related towards like disability, if they're not, I don't want to be trying to be nasty and trying to explain it, or how to come across saying this. You find a lot of teams can't cater for these type of children, disability children. That's why it's inclusion.
But there's football hubs and all that there now, it's all catered for, isn't it? So that's a good sign, I suppose, in the football side of things, but we don't know every
sport. I see. What you've got to look at is a lot of this is where the safeguarding issues come in and things like that with these clubs.
Which we're working on.
Yeah, so what you've got to look at really is that all these children want to do is want to be classed as a normal human being. You know, they are normal human beings, but they don't want to be singled out, basically.
Yeah, they want to be part of society.
Yeah, they want to be part of a team.
And I know we hear some terrible stories, don't we? We see some on the news, we see some ourselves. You know, just open your eyes and realise, you know, why. Do you know what? I do support work, and I think you've met the person who we look after, you know, with learning difficulties and what have you. But you know what? He never judges anyone, no matter what.
No, he's sound lad. Yeah,
I could have 4 legs walking through, and it'd be, hello, how are you doing?
That's just the way he's being brought up.
So why, in the communities, do we have people who judge other people by their disabilities? I think it's wrong. And to be honest, I know where you're coming from, and I think everyone else does. But they always seem to turn heads instead of everything okay. You know, can we help out? And
yeah, you find over the years people have walked on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just don't want to, and all these people want to do is just say hi or give you a hug or whatever.
But as I say, turning heads is a massive thing.
Oh yeah,
so if you're guilty of that, come on, it's society, it's community.
Yeah, we're in it, come on, let's
we're in together.
Yeah.
Like we are with COVID-19, we're in together, we've got to fight it together, and we've got a big part of the team, and that's why we're made up ecstatic about it, that we have the inclusion side of things now.
Well, what we're trying to do at the moment, due to COVID, is we were hoping to try and put maybe a local tournament on, or a national tournament, but after
we've had a phone call, haven't we, already? Can we sort some tournaments out for Christmas? Now, we put it to the back burner, didn't we? We said, let's do it. Now we're starting to think again. Everyone's screaming on us for putting some tournaments on, so we're going to be deep in thought. We'll have a little talk about this sort of chat tomorrow, won't we? While we're out and about. So, sorry I keep putting in.
No, it's fine, I mean, that's not a problem at all. As I was saying, basically, what we want to do is get these young people, up to young adults, involved. Right? Now, at the moment, you find out, the Liverpool County FA are doing what you call an Ability County League. That's basically a lot of the day centres mix together and play football. Some teams are formed from those day centres and have daily competitions coming in. It's great to see, but it's competitive. And that's in an indoor facility when you play that. Obviously at the moment due to these new COVID rules, the only sport that can be played indoors is a disability sport at the moment because of the situation. But what we're looking at is, we're not just looking at indoor sports, we're looking at outdoor sports as well. So the inclusion is not just grassroots on the touchline, it's also grassroots behind the touchline. Well, if you're inside, if you know what I mean, you know, like from behind.
So we're getting everyone used to it. It's inclusion football.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
that's where we're trying to get that word across and trying to make everyone aware of what's happening.
Now, since we've sat down and done whatever we've done behind the scenes, we've produced documentation, we've sent to yourself via email, or we've actually handed to you.
We've also had
Tons of it.
We've also had quite a lot of response from clubs, not just locally but also nationally.
We've had 2 Football League clubs involved, being in touch, and they want to get involved. They are Bradford City, who played at the Championship, I think, or League One, and the other team is MK Dons. Now MK Dons have got over 150 members, I believe, looking at the documentation that we've received.
This is all through Sophie.
This is all through Sophie, this is all through Sophie. Good on Sophie, like, for doing what she's doing, sending emails or sending text messages or whatever she's done. She's got the confidence to send these things out. Yeah, fine, no problem at all. They've come back in, great. And then obviously we've kept them in a file to a later date when we send more information out. Now, as I say, we've put this programme on tonight to actually tell the viewers and the listeners what we are all about.
Yeah, because it was Sophie's. Right, if you're one of these teams on board, we apologise, because you've come on board, and as Paul's saying there, you wanted to find out what was going on, more information. So we decided to give them more information by doing the show, haven't we? Putting it together. Sophie will be made up because she's saying, I need some answers, what are we going to be doing? Obviously, we all know it's a back burner because COVID-19, and I think all the clubs will understand that, because you can't travel, you can't, you know, tier 3s, and now they're talking about a tier 4, and I'm talking about tiers for souvenirs for me, mate, because it really is getting a hold of me and getting a grip, because everyone is stuck and still confused, and we talk about confusion.
Well, we will, as I say, confused, but what you're looking at is, we want to get involved. We've sent an email, I think, to a club in Doncaster the other day, and this club in Doncaster, in fact, I'll mention the name of it, I've got nothing against this club, Doncaster Titans. They're not just...
Our friends in Sheffield will be made up with that they're coming on board, because we have the Sheffield and District Junior Sunday League, and we've got Nathan Batchelor, who was part of that.
I think there's another team from Sheffield on the list somewhere, but as the Doncaster Titans, they don't just have young up to adult, they've got from young to adults in their age category, and it's not just guys with learning disability or whatever. These guys, there's different forms of disability that these guys are playing. Some of these guys are Down syndrome guys, right? So obviously there's a section for the Down syndrome guys in this club. There's also learning disabilities, there's CP as well, which is cerebral palsy. So there's different organisations, footballing organisations, that are playing this sport, or sport in general. So CP sport is also framed football. You see sometimes, and you might see on the website or whatever, children playing football with frames, right?
Yes, yeah.
So those type of games at the moment are indoors, but we're looking at putting them out and putting one of those type of competitions on at our venues, at one of our multi-sport venues.
Yes, the multi-sports is brilliant, aren't
Right. So that's what we're looking at. So we're looking at as much as information we can get in.
Now the multi-sport venues, they're in Ainsdale and they're in Ellesmere Port.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, and we are getting inundated, aren't we? So
yeah.
Please bear with us, we're trying to work out arrangements and what we can do. Welcome on board, by the way. Honestly, I'm over the moon with what's happening. Welcome to the team, and the job they're doing has just been immense.
Yeah.
I was hoping to take a back seat, Paul, but I can't, can I? You won't let me.
You've never took a back seat.
No.
But as I say, so the likes of not just frame football, or Down syndrome guys, or learning disability guys, there's different forms of disability, and so we've got to look into that. Whichever tournament or competition we're putting on, we've got to study those particular rules, and for that particular competition, what we can and what we can't do for this competition. At the moment, we're on the ball at the moment. We have got the information to hand
Okay.
if we need to look at this particular, i.e. risk assessments, things like that, what we're looking at. But that's not a problem. That's in the future.
Sophie and Matt are working on.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I'd say the
So
team. Everything's all in place. Yeah, the team saw all
That's
that.
what I'd like to do.
Yeah. So
Have I got to do any of that? No. Am I all right?
No, you're all right. As far as I'm aware. Right. But I'd say once all that is all in place, these tournaments can go bump and we're on. We're rolling. All we need to do then is we will advertise what tournaments we are putting on. Whether we're
But we can tell them as well because we are working on the website, Paul.
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what the information will go on the web, on the inclusion page on the website. It'll probably come up on the front screen. If you're looking for it, it might click on latest news. Click on the latest news, and that will send you to the page where this information will be.
Okay. The inclusion page.
The inclusion page, yeah.
Right, I've got you.
There is also, if you want to send if you've got any information, or sorry, if you require any information, and it's not currently, and you can't currently access the website at the moment, please use our inclusion email, which is inclusion.dxtl@gmail.com. Thank you for that.
Repeat that, Paul, because a lot will be like...
It's inclusion@dxtl@gmail.com.
Brilliant. Now, we're amazed with the website at the moment, aren't we? It's not up. It's
not even up and running properly. I mean, what we've seen yesterday was,
it's just amazing. Honestly, it's packed full of information, isn't it? I think when you saw it, I think you were taken aback.
Oh, it was, yeah. What we're tending to do to get people interested on the inclusion side of it is we've got a local team that was the first team on board.
Okay.
A team called Poulton Vicks.
Welcome on board, Poulton Vicks.
Right, so I spoke to the young lady that's in charge of that team at the moment.
They made history then. Yeah, we're done across the line. First team on.
Yeah. Right.
Inclusion team.
She's currently at the moment just sorting paperwork with things like the way situations are at the moment, playing leagues and all that. She's just sorting all that out. Anyway, but besides that, she's going to send me some information about the team, how they were formed and things like a little bit of insight into how they are. 1 or 2 photographs. They'll go onto the website for the inclusion page. So let's start the inclusion page off with our first club that signed up, a little bit about them, and then, as I say, if you teams want to send us information via the email address, we'll post it up on our website, a little bit of information about we'll also, when we're out and about, we'll take photographs of maybe teams that are playing, or if you've got any action shots from your teams, feel welcome to send them over. We'll put them on, the photographs on, in the gallery or on the inclusion website. But yeah, volunteers.
Matt's done as a volunteer form, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's put
that over.
And you've done all the talking, so what's going on?
I know, yeah.
Right, yeah, volunteer, thanks Matt. Brilliant, volunteer form. We'll give more information that will come on the website when they come on this show. But we thought we'd do this particular show just to give you an insight. It is grassroots football. There'll be games getting played tonight, this evening. Obviously, we still want to show respect on and off the field of play, Paul, no matter where you are. Saturday, Sunday, Premier League is back again. I'm still bored with it, no fans, I really am. Can't get a grip. Champions League, thought that was so boring. But anyway, come on, it's the inclusion page that we were on to.
Yeah.
We give the information about the website, give the information about the pictures,
Team, mention the team.
Teams who are on board.
Yeah.
Anything, as Paul said, please get in touch with them and they'll come right back to you if you want any more information. But we just believe that we're giving you loads and loads, and also if you go onto YouTube when the show is on there to get yourselves the information, please sign up to us, subscribe, because it's free, Paul.
Yeah.
It's free, cost you nothing. Like it, let us know that you're watching, let us know that you're listening on the website. Maybe on the website, we're not too sure on that one because it's under construction. They can listen on SoundCloud to the show as well, tune into SoundCloud, give us likes, give us feedback, good feedback, because all we're here for is to help out anyone we can. And as you say, inclusion is the key. And to me, I think Don't Cross the Line is just coming together more and more, especially with the volunteers like yourself, people on board with us, that'll help me out, take some pressure off me. and away we go.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me in.
We haven't finished the show yet, have
Oh,
we? I
sorry.
thought you were still talking, come on.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, we are, we're very close to finishing
Oh,
the show. So we can run down, I think you give the insight into the inclusion side of things.
Yeah.
Grassroots football side of things, as we just said to you, please, when you're out and about, referees, you know, they start from 14 years of age. Safeguarding is
Big issue.
big issue. We'll be giving more shows on safeguarding very, very soon. We're working closely with the leagues on safeguarding. Garson.
But as I say, any information at the moment, the website is currently down at the moment, so basically...
Under construction.
Well, sorry, under construction then.
Sean, you're doing a brilliant job,
Yeah,
keep it up.
well,
we're
basically,
looking for.
any information will be on the website.
Brilliant. Okay.
So we're currently sorting that out at the moment, ready to send to Sean to put on the website.
Now you did want to ask me a question there, didn't you? You wanted to ask me. I've been going on something.
According to social media, you're meant to be doing some sort of training for the
Some sort of training.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm
me too,
reading
running.
between the lines. I mean, you've gone out and you're complaining about the weather on your latest post.
I got told off by Colin Fulton.
Yeah, and I agree, Colin. I agree with Colin there, yeah, for having a go there.
It's
Right?
only rain, it's wet, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
The reason why I'm complaining is you go on your training gear, nice and dry, and you start running, and then you start deep breathing because you're so heavy with all the gear, so thick.
Well, if you want to challenge
What are you going to
yourself
tell me to
with
do
it-
now? Put wellies on instead of trainees, come on, aren't you?
No, I'm just going to say stop moaning.
Okay. Moaning season. No, it's
No, you're looking at running a marathon, aren't we? The team anyway.
Yeah.
Slowly putting the team together. 26 miles, Wellington to Liverpool. It's not just for the DXCL campaign.
I can
fundraising side.
actually name, there's a young girl who's going to
Yeah.
give more information out, and her name's
Yeah.
Emily.
Yeah.
Emily, so you'll hear more about it. Now we can look on social media, we're putting posts out and we're getting it together, and we're just happy that we can do something out of it. You know, it's great. Fundraising this time, you know, times are hard for everyone, and as Emily Mum's told me, you know, doesn't want to ask, embarrassed to ask, and probably many people out there, you know what I mean, embarrassed to ask, but we can do something. And while, you know, I want to do something and achieve something, I think it's going to be a horrendous and tremendous run if we complete it. You've told me all about it. 18 to 22 mile, they call it the wall. That's when you start feeling it. I'll probably feel it as soon as I start running. Never mind 18 to 22 mile.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's a challenge, and we're hoping to try and do it January, February. You think that's the time, but I've been running night and day, morning, night time, and I'm not really complaining. It's just getting me super fit as well, isn't it? And obviously you're going to be out.
Mental health takes a big issue. That's what you got.
And
That's
stress.
why, that's why you get the oxygen, do we?
I love it, I love it. So tomorrow night we'll be back again at 7 p.m. with the Grassroots Weekend show.
Halloween tomorrow.
Halloween tomorrow as well. Be safe, everyone. I'm not too sure. I bought loads of sweets, you know, Paul.
You'll have to eat them, then, won't you? Like, I don't want to be knocking at the
I know
door
there's
tonight.
loads of adults who will want them. I think they will, you know, because they spend a fortune
Don't
on
forget, it's
costumes.
Mischief Night tonight.
Oh God, I forgot all about that. Be careful on the roads, and please don't do anything stupid. No eggs, no, you know, because people are all working together. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear about any mischief that's going on. Started in America, let's just finish it in the UK. Let's not do it whatsoever, because we hear of tremendous stories, don't we?
Yeah.
Bad stories.
Yeah.
Please be safe. Be safe with COVID. Mizzy night. Forget about it. Tomorrow night, Halloween. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be giving sweets away. I've had to get sweets in anyway because I know there'll be kids knocking.
Oh, yeah.
And I can imagine the disappointment.
Your grandkids will be knocking.
Yeah, and I can imagine the disappointment on the kids' faces. You go, got nothing. COVID-19. Trick or treat. Sorry, COVID-19. See ya, bang.
Yeah.
Shut the door. That's not going to happen with me. No. I don't know what you're going to be doing, but I know, be safe. I know everyone needs to be safe, and I'm not just saying I'm going to carry it on anyway. I'm not. I want all the kids to be safe, the mums, the dads, everyone, each and every one of us.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thank you very, very much indeed for tuning in to the Grassroots Weekender show. I'm Mal Lake, Paul Rutkin.
Yeah, thanks
We've had
very
a
much.
great time together and inclusion. I hope you've enjoyed the show. As I say, if you've enjoyed the show, tune in again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. We'll be on YouTube with DXTL TV from the touchlines. We'll probably have more stories tomorrow to tell you because we're out and about watching the games. Please be safe, look after yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So for myself, Mal Lee, and
Myself, Paul Rutkin.
we'll see you tomorrow at 7. Have a great night. Good night. God bless.